we got so much to talk about. So much has happened in the week, y'all. It's just so much has happened. I just feel like everything that could happen has happened in a week's time. We had Folk Derby 2020. Or as Miss Shay called it, Folk Derby. Don't touch nobody 2020. That's what she called it. Y'all, let me tell y'all. So first of all, it was very interesting to see the news reports from the weekend. Because there are people who are legitimately mad. And I'm just like, why y'all so mad? Like, everybody just seems so angry. And I'm just like, y'all, don't be angry. Don't be angry, y'all. There's no reason for us to be angry at this point. We all still topside. And I just feel like there's no reason to be angry. But anywho, I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Tonight, y'all, we are talking about Magically Delicious. You take it how you want to take it. But baby, we talking grown folk talk all month long because y'all know I'm feeling some kind of way. I feel like I got a point to prove. So y'all, I got my boo-boos back. Because y'all know last time the conversation got real good and then our time was up. So we said we was gonna have her come on back. So y'all, and she got some stuff with her, y'all, this time. So I'm excited about this. I've been looking forward to this. Look, I got my waist beads on. I got my chakra break light. My hair wraps out. Like, I'm feeling like she about to get me ready and connected with Mother Earth and the land and the seas and the skies. Like, I'm going to be, like, all the way together, y'all. Like, she's about to get me together. So, once again, y'all, please welcome Miss Bri Renee from
Love, Sex, and Magic Podcast.
And Co. Look, can't forget that part.
And
Co.
store is Love, Sex, and Magic Co.
Look, you can't forget that part.
The website is lovesexandmagic.co.
Yes, I mean, you gotta go over there and get your crystals, get your waist beads, get your braid jewelry.
Follow me on Instagram.
Look, you can order services, a tarot reading.
I do online tarot readings.
Yes.
I think that's it. I got crystals, I got sage. I hand wrap and dry my own sage.
Now you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
So that sage I've been using.
I hung that up in my kitchen and let it dry for a week.
Okay, look, y'all. And she makes the like nice size little fat sticks, not those real big long ones, so you don't have nowhere you can like put them.
I make both.
Hey, I like that look, but I'm just saying it just was convenient to put in the little bowl.
It's not those ones that's like this much sage and then this much stem. The whole thing
is
you can burn.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And it's wrapped real good and tight too.
Yep. Practice.
Yes, good. All right, y'all. So yes, tonight we are talking Magically Delicious. We are going to talk some grown folk talk. We're going to talk bedroom talk. We're going to talk about birth, or what you say they're called natal
charts, a birth chart.
Birth charts. We're going to talk about some of the things going on in the atmosphere, the new moons, because she was telling us about these moon changes. And I paid attention, y'all. Oh my gosh. I was like, she said that was going to happen. Oh my gosh. So yes, we gonna touch all on this. If you've got questions, comments, I need you guys to go ahead and jump on the live. We are live on Facebook at Miss Nauddy, MSNAUDDY, or on our Facebook page at Meeting in the Ladies Room, KY Radio. I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you guys to invite people. I need you to jump on here. I need you to comment. I need you to share. I need you to tag folk, because we are going to read from the live. So if you give us a comment, we gonna say it live over the air. So I will be right back for those that are listening on the radio now. So thank you guys for tuning in to Power 106.3. But we will be right back in a few seconds. We're gonna do a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with y'all. I gotta share the groups, I gotta share pages. So much to do. Y'all hair looking good too. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do.
I just took my braids down.
I got two big braids. I've been holding on to them. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna break them out one of these days. And then I did my first head wrap, so I was like.
So my friend is watching this and calling me.
Look, hopefully we won't get shut down for the music this week, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Girl, for the last few weeks, they give me my live back, but it takes a whole 7 days to get it back. It's been the weirdest little thing ever.
Somebody's recording.
I'm telling y'all, I'm being investigated. That's all I can say. I'm being
Somebody's
investigated.
Unless you must be doing something right.
I'm telling you, that's all I can say is we're being investigated. I don't know why people are reporting us, and the most seems to keep happening. The weirdest things you wouldn't think would actually happen, but they've been happening. But it's okay. We must be doing some good work.
And what do you mean it takes you 7 days to get your live back?
Yeah, because you know, if they report you live for like music content, you have to dispute it, and then they have to process it and to make your live pop back up where people can see it. Which is why I save them and put them on YouTube at this point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, somebody's mad.
Hose bag. My son accidentally said it the other day because I always say it.
Say what?
He said hose bag.
Oh, who's mad? Oh, wow.
He said it and he was talking on his Xbox. He said, "Sorry, mommy."
Oh, baby.
I didn't even get mad.
He was probably like, oh, my bad.
One of his friends must have pissed him off. That's fine. I let him slide.
Yo, I don't know. What we gonna talk about this because there's something going on in the air, and I just need to know what is happening. Because yesterday I had a whole moment like, you know what?
Pluto retrograde.
I was like, you know what?
I don't care.
I said what I said. Forget
Full
people.
moon and Scorpio.
I don't like forget people.
It is what it is.
Hey,
The man said whose deep ass voice is off the camera.
that's the new intern, Booski. You gonna have to come meet him when you come back in town.
What's up?
She legit said, I keep forgetting everybody don't know.
That's good. I like being low key.
So they
Pop
probably
up.
like, who's that?
Pop up and be like, what's up?
Because I didn't announce no sexy eye candy, and we can't look at you like that because you still kind of a baby.
Oh, you're an adult?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's an adult. He's legal,
Barely.
but he's a baby, and I know his mom was
We can check.
18?
20.
20.
Oh, God.
He's a baby.
I'm paid.
You
Hey.
can't even drink.
Legally.
You can't even.
But let me y'all say that because I'm being investigated. I did not offer this boy, young man, any types of nothing.
No.
I know nothing.
You know, quarantine yourself. You know, bottle, drink water. You know, all that stuff.
She said he sounds like he got a beard.
Yeah.
He do.
I cut it off, but it's growing back.
He do. He do. Yeah.
Ooh, messy. He's a child.
Look, I know his
No,
mama. I
no,
cannot
no.
take part of
She
any
older than you,
shenanigans,
too.
Joe.
Hey,
Like, I
hey.
cannot be a part of nothing.
I am a hater right now. I most definitely am.
Hey, yo.
No, Amira.
Yo.
We'll talk.
Blocking.
We're gonna talk.
Block game is strong
Every
right
day.
now.
We're gonna talk.
Every day.
All right, y'all. We are back. This week's sponsors are a new physique body contouring studio, Matters of the Heart, natural products and essential oils, dynamic Detailingz, Meeting in the Ladies Room Fantasy and Pamper Party series. Also, shout outs to Dream Beauty Studio. She said she's gonna get me together again, y'all. The world's supposed to open back up, so I'm not supposed to wear
Next week, right?
t-shirts and leggings and shorts. Like, that has been my entire uniform for the last few weeks. Like,
Everything. I think salons. and
I
stuff
broke
open
my
next week.
flip flops, dog. Did you know if I had tennis shoes on?
Mm-mm.
I got tennis shoes.
I wore some today too.
I wore tennis
People
shoes.
work were like, "You own tennis shoes?"
Right, because usually I broke my whole flip flop, yo. I was hot. Broke the whole flip flop. So Dream Beauty Studio, she's gonna get me back together, get me clothes, get me dressed, make me look presentable when the world open back up. So shout outs to her. Shout out Chrissy, I love you. I appreciate you. Shout outs to Candy Brews by Lemon Drop Rolling Bar. We appreciate you guys for being a sponsor. So we are going to go ahead and jump into this thing. Not that Amira said 20.
What did she say?
She said, oh no.
Good.
Yes, he's a whole baby
Good.
in my eyes over here. My son is older than him. I'm just saying. And I know his mama, so I cannot participate in any shenanigans.
I guess I'm on the table.
Snitching.
I'm telling. Tell it everything.
Snitching.
Right, he played too
Terrible
much.
idea.
He played too much. He playing too much. Okay, y'all. So this week we are bringing back Love, Sex, and Magic Podcast and Co. Because we said we were going to talk about people in the bedroom, how zodiacs and the moon, the sun, the stars, everything aligns, and getting back to your roots and, being spiritually and mentally connected within yourself. So guess what, y'all? We doing that on this show today. So she done bought some goodies. So I'm going to let her.
So you said you wanted another chakra bracelet, so I made you another one,
Yay!
and I put a piece of selenite in there.
Hold on, I ain't gonna get pregnant from this, am I?
No.
Okay, because I have to ask questions.
I'm observant, and I be seeing your post on Facebook, and I'm like, you know what?
I don't want
She
them.
needs some selenite.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So selenite is
Yes.
basically, it's like, first of all, it's a way to charge your other stones, but
Oh.
it clears out negative energy and kind of clears your head out for you to be able to focus on the important stuff.
Okay.
And a lot of people meditate with that. So
Okay. So I've got a soror over up in DC. She fooled with the crystals and stuff too. So me and her was talking. She's making me a little bracelet with some copper because I was talking about my arthritis and all that good stuff. And she was telling me about these stones. Now, for those of y'all that want to get pregnant or want to be fertile, I'm going to go ahead and let her talk to y'all about this because I'm not interested. And I had to let it be known. If I end up pregnant between these two,
fertility, right?
yo, dog, first of all, I've tried to overlook the idea. I'm going for the sexy and weight loss look of it all. We going to focus on that
You
part.
got green ones on?
Dang it, she made this one. I think it's got green in it.
Oh,
Quit
you
playing.
could have another baby.
No, I cannot. My baby is about to be 16. I'm done.
You
No.
Past due.
Wait a minute, ma'am. I've got everything but the seed of Chucky. I don't need
Ooh.
nothing else.
Ooh. Okay.
I got boys
Yes, ma'am.
and I got a girl. What more is there to have? There ain't nothing
Another
different.
girl, so it's even.
For what? She's about to graduate high school.
They want a little sibling.
No, she don't. No, they don't. And they selfish. They don't want to be responsible. Cause I'm past. I already
Till I
told.
see her.
I told my sorors if I end up pregnant, shout outs to my soror Venom. It's her fault or it's your fault.
Me?
Y'all need crystals.
I would never.
I'm just
No,
saying.
but
I'm letting it be known. I'm not fooling with y'all. I'll be 40 and I want my harem. You can't have a harem and then not know who the mama or the daddy is. I'm just saying.
Yes, you can. If y'all are already co-oping, y'all just co-parent.
We gonna be on Maury. Trying to figure out who the mama and the daddy is. The whole audience. And then I'm gonna do the
You
whole
gotta take
run
off
and fall out.
running.
I'm gonna take off running and fall out.
And then you gotta come back for like
Right.
10 different episodes.
Right, trying to figure it out.
And
And me trying to explain this life, like I'm trying to do different things, y'all. I feel like I'm trying to elevate life. I can't be trying to have no more babies. No, ma'am.
So I thought you said someone else is coming.
They are.
Okay, I brought them something.
What is that?
That is still selenite.
Mhm.
It's kind of good for everybody. I have a spiritual starter kit on
Okay.
my website. $25. You get 4 crystals, a bracelet, and a stick of sage. And I put selenite in every single one of those. Like I said, it's kind of the catch-all. It cleanses your other stones, helps with clarity, focus, clearing out negativity. Okay. But yeah, I brought them something.
Okay, so what's the bracelet? 'Cause I
This
might have to snatch that.
It's how light. It is for calming and getting rid of anxiety. And you got all your chakras balanced. Technically, you'll be calm.
Okay, well, I haven't felt calm here lately. So we need to work on this, which is why you're here today.
Yay.
Okay, so speaking of chakras, go ahead and explain to folk who don't really get or understand what the chakras are or why it's important to understand what your chakras are.
The Cliff Notes version. So each
We
person
got 2 hours.
has 2 hours. Okay. Each person has 7 chakras. They start at the base of your spine and go up to the top of your head. Geez, you have to make me try to remember. Starting from the bottom going up is root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Was that 7? Oh, okay, cool. Look at me knowing stuff. I might know what I'm talking about a little bit. Just in a nutshell, supposedly to reach enlightenment, all of those will have to be aligned and not blocked and not overactive. From experience, I can say that I've said 1,000 times, most Black people have a blocked root chakra. Your root chakra is kind of what grounds you. It helps you to establish where you belong in life, sort of. And because we were stolen, we don't really belong here because we were stolen, but we don't really belong where we were stolen from because we ain't never been there. So a lot of Black people have root chakra blockages, and we also have throat chakra blockages a lot because we're not necessarily allowed to express ourselves properly because you got a code switch when you're at work or when you're around certain people. You can't completely be yourself because if you're a Black woman and you express anger, then you're an angry Black woman. But if a Latina woman does it, she's fiery and it's cute. Or if you're a Black man and you express anger, angry Black man. So I think as Black people, especially in America, even if you don't believe in it necessarily, you still have those issues. Mm-hmm. So getting to the bottom of how to the root cause, of how all of that affects you and kind of unblocking those chakras particularly. And then a lot of people's like third eyes and crown chakras are pretty blocked too. But once you start to work your way up, you have to ground yourself in order to be able to look beyond everything, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Hopefully it makes sense.
Okay, so as you mentioned, I'm not a big jewelry person, but I love like my little bracelets. So I got both my bracelets from you. I have one of my sorors who made me one, and my kids one. So when people wear items that are chakra based, explain that. What's the purpose of doing that?
So of course, crystals all have different properties. So most crystals are like aligned with the chakra. Mm-hmm. So when you're wearing chakra jewelry, you're basically wearing a crystal that is supposed to help balance that chakra. So like I said, we have mostly blockages. Some people have overactive. So if you have a blocked throat chakra, you're uncomfortable saying no, you have a hard time expressing yourself, you feel like nobody listens to you. But if you have an overactive chakra, you're probably a Gemini, you can't shut up. You can't shut up, and you also have a hard time kind of making this, like sticking with decisions and kind of want to people please, and just you talk yourself into stuff that you can't always talk yourself out of, like a Gemini.
You got a thing against Geminis, huh?
I like them. I like evolved Geminis, like once they hit like 40, somewhere around there, then they start kind of.
She got a whole age when they're 40.
Well, because I know, like, so, okay, let's talk about natal charts.
Okay.
This will explain.
Okay, so the next part we're going to talk about.
That was chakras.
Chakras, so, which it connects into. Mm-hmm. So, natal charts. Explain exactly what a natal chart is first.
A natal chart is basically a snapshot of every planetary, luminary, and other heavenly body placement at the exact time that you were born from the exact location you were born. So you have to have your date of birth, time of birth, and location. You can do it without those things, but it will be way less accurate, but it's still doable.
Okay.
So like your sun sign is what always does your horoscopes. So when you look in the newspaper and you see, oh, I'm a Sagittarius, let me look at Sagittarius, and then you look at Sagittarius and you like, that don't sound like me at all. It might be because you have a moon sign in a different sign. So I'm a Sagittarius sun, but when I read the Sagittarius horoscope, it might not always connect to me like it does when I read the Scorpio horoscope. Because in your chart, your sun sign is how you want to present yourself to the world, right?
Okay.
So your moon sign is how you feel on the inside. So that's your emotions. It also represents your relationship with your mother. And your sun sign represents your relationship with your father. So I have my son in Sagittarius. Me and my dad have a great relationship because it's a very optimistic sign. It's fun. It's let's have 1,000 ideas. Let's philosophize about everything. That's how me and my dad have Socratic circle discussions regularly.
Okay.
And I hope y'all remember Socratic circles from high school.
We are using big words here, y'all.
But it's always a philosophical discussion. It's always a let's talk about the why of things. Whereas me and my mom, I have my moon in Scorpio. If you know anything about Scorpios, they're dark and twisty. They're emotional but try to hide it. Slightly crazy. And they're obsessive. I'm obsessed with my mom. My mom's my favorite person. Almost as much as my dad. But it's like I want to know what my mom is doing at all times because it's just how I am. But also she's sick, so I worry about her. And it's all those combinations of things.
Mm-hmm.
So your big three would be your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign.
Okay.
Your sun sign is how you want to present to the world. Your moon side is your emotionals and how you feel on the inside, emotions. And then your rising sign is how you are perceived. So that's how other people perceive you. Luckily for me, my sun and rising are the same sign. So how I want to be presented, how I want to present myself is how people perceive me.
Okay.
Which is a blessing and a curse. But
that's a lot.
it's a lot, and then you got to think you got 6 more planets, a couple of luminaries in there. It's a whole lot. Houses.
Okay, so I know we're gonna do mine. We already talked about this. So
Let me get it pulled up, and
I
will
think
tell
I'm
you.
ready.
We'll at minimum cover your big 3.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of time to cover for this show, but we're gonna talk after 9 o'clock. Y'all just be prepared.
Cause I have a
We're gonna talk. We're gonna turn into grown folk talk, and we're gonna talk about being magically delicious. Grown folk talk wise. That's how we gonna say it for right now, because I don't want to get in trouble yet. All right, so I'm ready.
All right, so your sun is in Libra, which you already knew. Your moon is in Leo,
Dang, that's why I'm so aggressive.
and your ascendant, which is your rising, is in Cancer. You emotional?
I'm sensitive as all get out, yo.
And then your Mercury is in Scorpio.
Well, that's probably the other
then
way
you're
being
in-
person. Yeah.
So if you think about the order of the planets, the smaller planets that are closer to the sun move a lot faster, whereas the planets that are further from the sun move a lot slower. So those are more of your like cardinal things. Like your Saturn's all about hard work and tradition and like actually doing, you know what shadow work is? Do I need to explain
Yeah,
this?
you're not displaying
So everyone has their light self and their shadow self. Your light self is what you want other people to see, how you really want to be. But your shadow self is kind of all of the traits that you don't want people to know about, your negative traits, bad habits, addictions, all of that.
Mhm.
So everybody knows without dark, there is no light.
Okay.
So I'm not saying just embrace your shadow self and be like, screw it, like that's cool. That's just how it is. I'm a Scorpio and that's what it is. You can't do that. The point of that is for you to do the shadow work to not necessarily overcome those traits, but to, I don't want to say get them to a manageable level.
Right, to adapt. Is that the word?
Yes, or to be able to learn how to properly cope with those things
Mhm.
and properly express those things so that you can function in society. Because
Yeah, because me being mad is not good.
It's not
I
good,
have
and
to
it's a
shut
waste of
down
energy.
and I don't have to talk.
But that's not to say that it's wrong for you to feel those emotions. The point is, the reason you are here for this human experience is for you to feel the full range of emotions.
Okay.
You know, you died, you popped out of someone else's hoo-ha, now it's time for you to learn something else because you ain't learned it last time. So,
we're talking about reincarnation.
oh, my bad. Yeah. So, the whole point of you being here is to experience the full range of human emotions and to learn a lesson or several. For me, several. Yay.
Okay.
So when you're, wait, what was it?
Shadow work. That's where we were
So
at.
you have to work through those things that can be considered a bad trait. So you might be aggressive, or people might think you're aggressive. Is it bad to be aggressive as a lawyer? No. So it's kind of like, how do you take those and use them for something good? So if you're a lawyer, you want to get your client off, you have to be aggressive in the courtroom. You can't be soft-spoken in the courtroom, especially as a woman. You have to be able to properly express yourself. So learning how to do that is kind of the key to all of this, and it's the whole point of you being alive.
Okay.
It's the whole point. So, yeah. Do you want to go through your whole chart?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me back you up. So you said, what was in Scorpio?
Your Mercury. And Mercury is a planet of communication. Mercury is a planet that when it goes in retrograde, everybody blames it because, ooh, bad stuff. But really, all Mercury retrograde is doing is shining a light on the communication and technological issues you already have. Oh, I dropped my phone in the toilet. You've been needing a new phone for 3 years. Oh, we had a big, huge misunderstanding. That is the tip of the iceberg of the misunderstandings y'all have. Stuff like that.
Okay.
So your Mercury is in Scorpio. Scorpios are direct. They're not always tactful in how they speak, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it ain't great. So it's something that you have to learn how to do, is to be able to speak your mind, because there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind, but you have to do it tactfully, and you have to learn a little bit of grace, especially when you're dealing with other people, because you don't know what they've been through. They're also kind of emotional, especially when they're communicating. Then you're a passionate communicator because you want to get your point across, and you probably feel like people don't understand you, because all a Scorpio is a Cancer in a leather jacket. So,
Okay.
you know, it is what it is. Let's see what else. Like I said, your ascendant is in Cancer. You know, Cancers are, again, emotional.
Yep. Sensitive.
Sensitive. They cry a lot. But Cancers are also can be manipulative. They can want you. They can figure out kind of what exactly to do to make you do what they want you to do instead of you doing it by free will. So it's kind of, like I said, most people that are able to grasp proper coping mechanisms and actually learn how to deal with their negative aspects and bad habits, your chart will progress as you get older. I ain't there yet with learning about all the stuff in progress charts. But Saturn, your Saturn's also in Libra, by the way. Like I said, Saturn is a planet of tradition, hard work. Saturn also has a Saturn return every 28, 29 years. So when you hit 28, 29, you have a big old life dilemma. Then 28 years later, another big old life dilemma, because Saturn is basically saying, here's everything that you're screwing up, fix it. I'm gonna shine a light on all of that stuff. You're gonna see it. It's time.
So you telling me when I hit 46,
56.
56.
Yes. So once you hit 56, so basically your first Saturn return is kind of,
I'm sitting here
your
going,
first Saturn return is kind of like okay, what are you gonna do with your life? Your next Saturn return is, okay, you've done that, or what you gonna do now? And then if you live to see your next Saturn return,
that's gonna be my midlife crisis, y'all. Stay tuned.
I don't want to live that long. I do not want my midlife crisis to be in my 50s, so I'm not trying to live past 100. Child. I'm ready to go.
But
once each one is kind of wheeling you into eternity, so to speak. Okay. Preferably eternity, not back as a human. Preferably eternity, like as a part of source or in heaven or whatever.
Because I'm a Libra by birth,
you can't make no decisions.
Yes, I can. I think hard about them though. And once I make
hashtag growth.
I use a hashtag a lot. But no, like I don't think that I'm necessarily indecisive. I just want to make the right decision. Because once I make the decision, I'm not steering away from it.
Right. Yep. Sounds right.
But we're like, aren't we the only inanimate? Yeah, we are the only inanimate sign, correct? With the scales. As far as like every
Depending
zodiac.
on where you looking at it, you a white lady holding a scale.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. Gemini is a water bearer. That's a person holding a thing of water. You Lady Liberty. Or what is that Lady Liberty that holds the scales? Whatever.
Lady Justice.
I'm a millennial. I don't know.
I think it's Lady Justice.
Okay, Lady Justice.
I think. We're the scales. Which I think that part is very, very true.
But
because most Libras, they help balance everybody else out but themselves.
That was my next thing. They do. Like my best friend is a Libra. We've been best friends. I'm about to be 31. So we've been best friends since I was 11. So her issue is that, hey girl, her issue is that she can't she wants everybody's thoughts on it before she can make her own decision. And I'd be like, girl, you grown. Like, and you know I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I'm Sagittarius, we not going to discuss no emotions. Either you gonna do this or you gonna do this. And here's what's gonna happen with each. What you gonna do? Because also I wanna watch. So it's kind of more of a inability to just do. Because you're thinking about justice, you're thinking about balance, you're thinking about, okay, but if I choose exhibit A, then, you know, Chuck's gonna be mad. But if I choose exhibit B, then Doug's gonna be mad. What do I do? It don't matter, because Chuck and Doug can go. You don't need them. This is why I got in trouble when I was on Andre's live a couple weekends ago, because people were like, is she serious? And somebody was like, what if I do this and this for my man? And I'm like, dump him, sis. In comments.
Disclaimer, I have nothing to do with that part, y'all. If y'all listen,
if you have to question it, and you have to question it more than once, dump him.
Wow.
That is my advice. The tarot card is going to tell you the same thing.
There it is.
Spirit's going to tell you the same thing.
Oh no, hashtag and there it is. Which I know I say it all the time. Okay, so I kind of can feel that, because I think I view it as me wanting other people's opinions or viewpoints, because I can't see it from the different angles that I feel like I need to see it from. But I feel like I'm not going to change my mind, because whatever I make,
worry about everybody else.
It's not. I don't think I even worry about everybody else. I just think that I think people see things differently, right? And you may see something that I'm not seeing about the situation.
What they got to do with the price of beans?
I don't know, but I just think that's how we think.
I love that.
I mean, you do. I mean, for the most part, 99.8%, if I have a feeling, my gut instinct, whatever, is usually always right. And I'm just one of them people. Once I settle on something, that's it. Like, I'm not changing from it. We can have a conversation and I tell you something and I mean it. A year from now, you could come try to have that same conversation. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm not changing what I said.
At least you're consistent.
Very.
Which is surprising with the Cancer rising.
Really? I ain't gonna lie about the emotional part. We leave us emotion though. We feel deep. We take on everybody's problems too. I think.
Cancers are moms, so you want to nurture everybody. You want to figure out how to fix everybody. You can't be doing all that.
Bob the Builders. Somebody told me that.
Stop it.
I was like,
don't do it.
It was like, y'all like Bob the Builder. I think I can fix it, everything, save the world.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Oh wow.
I have strong thoughts about things.
Oh wow.
especially relationship things.
So,
I made a post today,
Oh.
really, like several paragraphs long post today about why people need to stop asking me for love spells. So
love spells? Girl, what you supposed to be down in New Orleans doing roots on people?
it's doable.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't do them. I will not do a love spell, especially if you say my man's cheating on me or anything like that. That is a red flag to me. I refuse to do a love spell on a relationship that's already bad. I can't do it. I cannot, in good conscience, do that to someone. You're affecting somebody's free will at this point, and that's not cool. Am I gonna tell you to heck somebody because they did you wrong? Yes. Not karma, balance. But am I gonna tell you the man that's shown you so many times that he does not give a crap about you or your feelings or your emotions or your babies or your house or nothing, and you trying to keep him? I can't do it. I cannot. I won't. As a womanist, I shan't. I shall not.
All right. So, yeah, if you are just now tuning in on Power 106.3 FMKY Radio, or if you are just now tuning in on our live, we are talking magically delicious in and outside the bedroom. So, currently, we have talked about chakras. We have talked about my natal chart. We've explained some of the different things. Of course, my guest is Bri Renee from Love, Sex, Magic Podcast and Co. Because I keep telling her she's got to say the co part. Like, it's
the
two
website
things.
is the .co. The actual business name is Love, Sex, and Magic Company, like Co.
Yes.
And then
So
the podcast is Love, Sex, and Magic Podcast.
So, yes.
In that
Now,
order.
tell people how they can listen to your podcast.
So my podcast is available on all of the major listening platforms. I'm on iHeartRadio. I am on Spotify. I am on Apple. I think I'm on Spreaker. Pretty much you can just go type in Love, Sex, and Magic with the commas because I like them. And you'll find me. They belong because Oxford commas are life.
Yes. So, guys, once again, we're talking some things after 9 o'clock, y'all. It's going to get a little grown
I
in
got
here.
21 minutes.
It's going to get a little grown. We're going to talk about some bedroom stuff. But as she was just saying that, she made a post because people are asking her to make love spells on bad relationships. So I need you guys to hop in the comments because I am curious about, I need to understand, why would you want to spell a bad relationship?
Amira wants me to talk about setting intentions, so don't let me forget because I told her to remind me.
Gotcha. Hi, Mira Boots.
Oh, let me log back in so I can see the comments.
Okay. Well, I was about to say, let's go ahead and finish out this chart if we need to, but go ahead, check the comments. We're going to read some of you guys' comments. So if you are on the live, you can find the live at Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio on Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Meeting in the Ladies Room and Power 106 FM KY Radio 24/7 at www.kyheartmedia.com. Right now, we are live streaming to our Facebook page and on my page. Y'all, I feel like it's going to get real in here. Like, we got more stuff to talk
People
about.
gonna be waiting outside to beat me up. I'm sorry, y'all.
Y'all, nobody be
It's
outside.
out of love. It's because I care about you that I'm going to be tough on you.
She said she's not pulling no punches, y'all. So, this birth chart thing. So, we done discussed my rising, my moons. What else does a natal chart tell you?
So if you get really deep into it, your natal chart consists of planets, luminaries, which is the sun and the moon, and then planetary bodies, which are going to be certain comets, your Chiron, your North Node, your Lilith, all of these things. I don't know where your Lilith is at. I have to look that up separately. Mine is in Scorpio. Woo. Dark and twisty sex things, yeah. But it also includes houses. So
Okay.
there are 12 houses. Each house kind of, just like each planet represents a different aspect of your life, each house represents a different aspect of your life. So within the houses is where you will find your planets.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have Mercury and Sun in my 12th house. My Mercury and my Sun are both in Sagittarius in my 12th house. The 12th house is the house of death, debt, bad habits, tragedy, all of that stuff. So in order for me to reach enlightenment or whatever, in order for me to be able to be my higher self, I have to work through that house. And it's basically like a journey. So you start at one, just like tarot cards. You start at one, you go to the end, then you're done. It's like, not really. So it's kind of a journey through the houses. And it's like each planet in those houses represents something.
Mm.
And then you have the current planetary happenings, which affect things too. So my moon is in Scorpio. Tomorrow's full moon is in Scorpio, I think. And it's going to affect me because it's my moon. Is it going to negatively affect me or positively affect me? I feel good. So I'm thinking it's not going to be that bad for me, but it might be bad for somebody that has, what is the opposite sign from Scorpio? Whoever the opposite sign of Scorpio is might not be doing too well right now. On top of that, I do believe Saturn is in retrograde. I know Pluto is in retrograde. Pluto is the planet of death, transformation, not physical death, death, transformation, change, like major change, like old you, new you change. And it's in retrograde right now. Any planet that goes into retrograde, all of retrograde means physically is that it looks like the planet is moving backward. So instead of going forward through the signs, it's moving backward in whatever sign it's in. And it'll end up back in whatever sign it was in before. What that means spiritually for you is that it's basically telling you to look inward. It's time for self-evaluation. So with Mercury retrograde, which is one everybody knows, it's let me look inward and evaluate my communication skills, because it's highlighting all of your poor communication skills. Pluto is going to have you look at your entire life and evaluate why you haven't become a better person yet. Saturn is going to have you look at your life and say, why have you not moved on to the next step to make you achieve your ultimate goal? The planets will read you for the filth that you are.
Interesting.
They sure will.
So, with that being said, okay, so we got sun, moons, planets, shadow work, or I felt chakras.
We done jumped around.
We done jumped all the way around. But all of this, if someone contacts you and said, I need you to do my natal chart, they can basically get a full, this is why
things my website. There's a tab called birth charts. It's $25 for your personal birth chart. You can also take multiple people, but I won't do more than 2 because it's too much work, and I got stuff to do. So you can also do what's called a synastry chart, and that's where you get 2 people's birth charts and compare how their relationship is going to be together, which is fun.
I know.
I mean, it's not really fun for most people because then they realize like, oh my God, we're karmically tied together and this is gonna be trash. But but on the other hand, it gives you an insight into the other person and why they are the way that they are.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that part. I don't want to know.
But I can do your birth chart for you. When I do it, I will sit and talk to you for like an hour and explain everything to you, and then I send you like a summary of everything that we talked about and like a little snapshot of each of your placements and what they mean.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say steal for $25 because our unmelanated folk are charging like 3, 4, 5 times that for the same thing.
Well,
stealing.
I'm gonna need you guys to go to the website and shop with this young lady because she's
lovesexandmagic.co. Catch me now before I raise my prices.
Absolutely, people. She said what she said. So, okay, what else look, I'm exposing myself today, y'all.
Are we back in your chart?
Yeah, we're going back to the chart, y'all.
Okay.
So while she pulling the chart up, real quick, shout out to this week's sponsors, Matters of the Heart, Natural Products and Essential Oils, A Dream Beauty Studio, a new physique body contouring studio, Diamond Elite Design Customs, Dynamic Detailingz, meeting the ladies from Fancy and Pepper Party series, and of course, Candy Brews. Let's go.
Okay. So your Venus is in Virgo, and Venus represents your relationships.
Okay.
And you know Virgos are hypercritical, so you're gonna be like, look at the way he eat toast. I hate it. Divorce.
Well, consider I've been married 3 times and divorced isn't almost much. Yeah. I always feel like I got a point to prove.
You basically need to the partner you desire may not be your ideal partner. You want somebody that's socially acceptable. So you want someone that conventionally attractive, maybe has like a decent job, not anything weird, not anything unstable, probably kind of boring, outwardly at least. But it's gonna be somebody that you can take to an event and nobody gonna be like, what's she doing here with him? Somebody that kind of can match your level of you or whatever. That's
okay.
So that would probably make your relationship a whole lot easier to you, but it's probably gonna be boring too, because Cancer. Cancer, you want that emotional stuff. You want to like not necessarily argue, but you want to have that passion that person be like want to be up under you and stuff. But then that Venus and Virgo is like, no, we need him to go do his own thing so that you can do your thing.
Oh Lord, I feel like you've been reading my mail or something. Okay, all right.
I'm not a psychic, and
but no, I just had this conversation with somebody.
That's a federal crime.
I'm just saying, I just had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was not listening. Let's see what it is. Oh, your Jupiter's in Virgo too.
What's that mean?
So Jupiter is the planet of like expansion and good luck and just like making things better. Your Jupiter is in Virgo. This means that you have the opportunity to develop a perfection for detail, honesty in work and business, cooperation with others, and a desire for practical service and worthwhile cause.
Okay.
Means you're smart. You're able to kind of look at things a little bit more objectively than most people. You pick up on stuff pretty fast. You can probably watch somebody do it a few times and know how to do it. Your work or profession is likely to be both highly remunerative and morally satisfying. You want to help people?
All the time, unfortunately.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's good, but
You don't have, like, your chart is
like I freaking
mostly balanced. So you don't have too much of anything.
I thought she was gonna tell me I had some freaky other side that I didn't know about, that it was okay to unleash. Like, I've been waiting for her
I
to
mean,
say.
your Mars is in Scorpio.
What's that mean? Look, hold on.
So Mars
This
is kind of
Scorpio
like
thing keep popping up here. I'm starting to feel a little disturbed about this, because me and Scorpios for the most part get along all right, but
so what Mars and Scorpio is going to represent, your Mars is kind of your primal instincts and sexy time and things, and it's
that's why I'm nasty in real life. Then y'all see, we got the answer finally.
It's Scorpio.
Y'all always talk about that I'm nasty.
You're probably disgusting. That's fine.
Nasty is all get out. Real life.
It makes sense because
Let's see what I do halfway for a living. We'll talk about that after 9 o'clock.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes, because I've been getting asked questions, and I'm like, y'all, we are in a quarantine, and y'all worried about that? Okay.
But yeah, that's not. I've seen much worse charts.
So I got a pretty okay chart. That's what's up.
I'm curious as to what it will progress to, but so far so good.
Okay. All right. So now moving on from that,
Uh-oh.
you got the cards.
Oh, so I brought my tarot cards, and these are the ones that I can never get open. Let's see if I can do it. All right, yeah. Oh, and they opened.
Chris, you ain't getting this FYI, because this bracelet's pretty.
Just so you know, I brought it for you, and if she takes it, that's not my fault. These,
Now, question with the
Yes.
crystals. what do you recommend when people purchase crystals and they have whatever meaning? So is this something that they should carry in their pocket or have on their person?
It depends on what it is, because I keep them in my bra because I don't be having pockets. So
I was gonna say something, and it's not 9 o'clock yet. It was so inappropriate. Y'all didn't see the blink. I had to stop myself.
So this one is considered like a worry song, so you would you can
rub on it like I do my bracelets.
Don't get it wet. don't get that one wet.
Okay.
It will disintegrate. I actually sell these. We'll talk about that after 9 o'clock.
Okay, because I felt like she was about to start talking about the gremlins or something. Talking about disintegrating. What? Yo, she made me nervous a little bit.
I carry, I have little bitty ones that I carry in my bra, in my pocket. I prefer to wear mine as jewelry. I'm wearing moonstone and copper right now.
Okay.
Copper helps increase your vitality, increase your
and it's good for arthritis.
It's good for arthritis, and it's good for circulation, stuff like that. And then moonstone is good for new ventures, new beginnings, and success in those. So it also helps you clear your mind so you can focus on how to get to that point.
So in other words, I need to buy one of those. Okay, that's what I need one of them.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been sleeping for the last several weeks, and I found out that I have officially Kentucky allergies now. I've been here since 2006, and I just now have developed Kentucky.
Welcome to the club.
Allergies. When I say my ears itch and hurt, and just this one spot, I ain't never understood, or don't know why. This one spot.
Sleep? Do you drink tea, hot tea?
No.
No.
I'm up all night. I have insomnia first of all. I'm always working in my brain, so it's hard for me to sleep already. But this sinus and allergy thing, and this spot right here, it feel like somebody just took their foot and and I'm like, y'all been living with this y'all whole lives in Kentucky, because they said there's a Kentucky allergies, and I'm just like,
hay fever, yay. I have hay fever. It's great.
Now my mom said I had it as a kid, but nothing as severe. But I'm like, I get ready to turn 40 and I'm falling freaking apart. Everything that could go wrong with my body is happening now.
Because I'm getting there.
I'm gonna be all the way real. Turning 40, your body starts changing. You'll notice it about 38.
You're supposed to be in your prime at 40.
I'm trying to be on some old extras type of. I just told you I want a whole harem by the time I'm turning 40. I got 5 months officially. I'm working. I got whole goals out here. My kids are all about to be grown and out the door. 2 already. Got 2 to go. I'm trying to be on some other type of stuff. I'm just saying, and being honest with myself, this allergy situation, all the other stuff happening is not.
I take so much stuff for allergy. I hate taking pills. But I alternate between Claritin, Zyrtec, and
how often are you supposed to really take this stuff though?
I take 1 a day, and I take it at the same time every day, and then I take Benadryl in between that.
See, I'm allergic to Benadryl.
I also have a nasal spray, and I don't like squirting stuff up my nose, but it works.
Oh no! See, my kids got the nasal spray stuff. I've got I think it's Zyrtec.
But just taking that Zyrtec is gonna keep that baseline of antihistamine in your system, so that should knock out majority.
Yeah, because they told me I can't take everything because I'm allergic to Benadryl, which is weird within itself. But I've been allergic to Benadryl since I was a kid, so that's nothing new. But this whole allergy med thing, I'm popping 2 pills a day on top of acid reflux meds and pumping the inhaler now, and I'm like, this is not sexy. This is not cute. I'm not really feeling this, and just feeling like my face is gonna, get crushed in. I don't see how y'all live like this all y'all lives in Kentucky.
We were born this way.
I don't see how y'all done it. I'm barely making it. And this is my first, I guess, allergy season being affected. I'm like, this is not okay. So,
Claritin?
Look, I was going to say, is there a stone for that?
Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, we're going to have to find this out.
I'll find out and I'll get some for you.
Yo, I wasn't ready.
Are you congested too?
No, it's only just right here in my ears. My ears are driving me crazy now.
Crystal can't say you never sleep, and so did Amira.
Yeah, I don't. Like, literally, I don't. So then being in pain is just like, the heck is going on? I'm constantly, and I'm just like, what is it? And then let's go ahead. We gonna say we ain't said it yet. Coronavirus. It don't help. Makes you nervous about every little tinge.
Yep.
Makes you be like, oh,
I
is
keep
that a
a
symptom?
running cough and sneeze count of my coworkers at work. So mostly for sugar honey iced teas and giggles, but they be in there coughing and sputtering, and I'll be like, you're gonna have to go ahead and put that mask on, Cindy. I'm not playing with you.
See, shout out to Moji, my executive assistant. She put a whole meme up on Instagram, and she keeps threatening to post it every day. It was the little baby Yoda. He's sitting at a desk, and it says, when HR tells you you can't spray your coworkers with Lysol. And I was just like, you know what?
I had to sit at my coworker's desk today because the power went out in one wall, and it happened to be the wall where my desk is, and that wasn't fun. She a little filthy. So I sprayed everything down with Lysol and let it sit for 10 minutes.
See,
and
before
then wiped it all
this,
down. I still would have did it.
I was gonna say, before this, if you seemed like you was getting sick, I'm spraying everything with Lysol and alcohol. So we stay spraying Lysol and alcohol, and like the crew, they already know. Shout outs to my whole Power 116. I'm already halfway a germaphobe. I can't deal. But I will spray you directly in your face. I have no qualms about it. I will spray you.
That's assault.
So they was talking about calling HR on me, and I'm like,
that's assault. You can't do that.
I do. I'm just saying.
So I will show you my tarot deck first. If you can see the cards. Don't be scared of the skeletons. You can be scared. They need to be scared.
No, they actually are very neat.
I like them because they're shiny on the sides. So yeah, but this is my tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's like a deck of cards. Everything has 4 suits.
Get the camera. Okay, y'all, we're gonna give y'all a close up of what's happening.
Okay.
Here. Look, we're gonna get him to bring the camera on.
Spread them.
Look, we got a whole intern in here, y'all. Shout outs to Deuce.
Yo, what's up?
With his a very deep voice.
With his deep voice, that Amira is already like on some other stuff, and she cannot.
So these are one deck that I have. Some people are scared of skeletons. Like I said, I like them because black and gold is like my favorite aesthetic. So like I said, it's just like a deck of cards. So it has 4 suits, and then it has, so it's 72 cards total, and then 21 of those cards are the major arcana. So that's gonna be like your trump cards basically. So the major arcana, they also go from 0 to, I'm pretty sure it's 21. 0 to 20 or 21. And you start off as the Fool, and then you end your journey, because all of your journeys end at 10. Yay. But you end your journey basically at 20. And you just kind of work through it as a journey. Just like all of the suits, you have cups, wands, pentacles, and swords. And then each of those starts at ace, and then the numbers end at 10. And then you have your court card, so that'll be your jack, king, queen, ace, or in tarot, that would be, depending on which deck you have, because you would have your page, knight, king, and queen. Okay. So very, very similar to a regular deck of cards. Most of people that I know people that read tarot with a deck of cards. I can't do that because it's too much switching. Okay. There are people that read intuitively, so they might, look at the card. This is the sun. It's got the lion on it. That should be on the string card because that bothers me, but we'll let it slide. So this is a sun card. They might read that intuitively of like the sun is illuminating you in the dark, which is really good. But they might see the hanged man, and people get scared of that, but really the hanged man is only asking that you look at it from a different perspective, because he ain't got no choice but to look at it from a different perspective because he's upside down. Okay. So tarot is just a tool. Nothing is set in stone. Tarot is what will happen if you continue on your current path.
Amira asks, were you given your cards or did you buy them?
My very, very first deck I was given, I don't believe in that. You got to be given the deck, blah, blah, blah. If I see a deck that I like, that I think that I can connect with, then I'm going to buy it. I'm going to mess around with it. If I don't have a connection to it, I'll give it away myself. So I don't necessarily believe in that, but I was given my first deck. So it might be true. Because some people believe you have to be given a deck. You can't just go buy it. I have like 4 decks right now, and I bought 3 of them. So, and I'm waiting on one to reduce her price because I'm not paying $150 for a tarot card. You might get 60 or 70 out of me, but that's about it because these were 65. Consider that an investment because I'll make that back on one reading. So I'll let it rock.
Okay. You see my face like, ooh.
Yeah, but you can get, I mean, I know people that bought a deck at Barnes & Noble. One of my second deck that I bought came from Barnes & Noble. I was still learning. It was, 5 years ago when I bought it?
Mm-hmm.
I believe in some gatekeeping, but not that kind of gatekeeping. I believe in gatekeeping for things that are for Black people, like hoodoo and voodoo, but not necessarily just from spirituality in general.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it, I think.
Interesting. All right, so she said yes. All right, so what are we gonna do with this?
You want to do a quick reading?
Sure.
Okay.
Like, I've never done one, so I don't know nothing about this. That's why I'm looking like this.
So most people will start off with a question, preferably like a what question. So what can I focus on? I had a lady ask me, she was like, I'm going through a major transition in life. What can I focus on to make this transition as smooth as possible? And come to find out, like, through the cards, I figured out that she was retiring. Also, she was really old, so a little bit of common sense. And it kind of gives you an idea of more of what you should focus on. You can do yes and no questions, but
okay. Well, since we brought up the 40 thing,
okay.
What is my journey through 40 gonna look like? Let's focus on that. Hopefully, you read to find me a harem in there, because I feel like
watch you get like the lovers.
Like, I feel like it's meant for me to have this harem. Like, I've been talking about this for like 5 years, and now that 40's here, I'm like, all right, let's do this, and nobody's agreeing with me.
I support it.
You
Especially
support
if you're doing it correctly. I'm always
Hey, I
down with
believe it's
ethical
safe and
non-monogamy.
consensual. That's it. As long as it's safe and consensual, I'm with it.
I'm always down with ethical non-monogamy. Okay, that's pretty balanced. I'm surprised.
You and this surprise with my balancing, it's making me nervous.
So you got the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. So cups are the suit that's going to represent your emotions, your feelings, kind of how you deal with other people, like relationships and stuff. 10 of Cups is kind of the end of that journey. So that's a completion. So you might be closer to your harem than you think. Or whatever your goals are as far as relationships. You're really, really close to that. Like I said, Cups is emotions, relationships. So that's not bad. So swords are, and Cups are water. Swords are going to represent air. They are like knowledge, intelligence is going to be your constructive and deconstructive behaviors. The 6 of Swords, if you think about it, like the journey Ace to 10 is like right after the really, really hard part. So this is going to be where you finally just start to see a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. This can be dealing with, so there's another suit, which is the Wands. Wands is like that spark of creativity. Swords is going to be the action you take to get to it. So there might be something that you're working on at this time, and you're kind of working through the kinks of it, and you're starting to see, okay, so, I had the idea, I planned it, I'm in the thick of it, I messed up, how do I fix it? And you're kind of in the how do I fix it / okay, this is how I think I can fix it stage. And you kind of have to keep working through that to get to the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Okay. So, like I said, Wands, and it's the 7 of Wands, is going to be creativity. It represents fire. So creativity, ideas, kind of like new starts at things. 7 of Wands is, still going through that journey. It's a step closer to the end of being complete. You've kind of worked through the kinks on an idea, and you're pretty much putting
Put the camera action where they can see these cards, because these are interesting.
You're pretty much getting to the point of, you know how people say you want to start like passive income and then you get it to where it basically runs itself. You're almost at the point of completing that and getting it to kind of run itself so that you can move on to the next thing.
Yes, for the 7 streams of income, y'all, and it's the number 7. Yes. Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's good. Right?
Okay,
Does that make sense?
It actually makes sense.
Okay.
Because of everything that's kind of been going on here lately in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually makes a little sense.
Good.
You didn't find my harem, but you know.
Whatever you're meant to be doing relationship wise is about to happen. So it might not, you might want a harem, but you might not be ready to have a harem.
But you said it's also water, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's your emotions, your feelings, your relationships with other people.
Can that water represent a person?
It can, but not necessarily that card. If it was going to be representing a particular person, you would have got one of the court cards. The page, the knight, the king, or the queen.
Okay, so for those just tuning in, we just did a quick tarot reading. And so basically all she did was shuffle the cards, drew 3 cards, and read them of what they're from end to the beginning, what they're supposed to be. So for those who have never experienced this before, like I, so basically, you got an end card, a beginning card. Now, a bigger tarot card reading usually is how many cards?
My biggest tarot card reading right now is 13 cards. It's a year ahead reading, so you'll get 1 card per month for the next year. I normally start it, so this is May. It's still kind of early in May, so you could do one for this month and it'll end in May next year. I normally start it the next month. Like if you're past the first week of the month, I'm gonna just do June to June. And then you get 1 card that represents the year overall, so it's 13 cards.
Okay.
That I have a 10 card reading, I have a 6 card reading. I mean, it really just kind of depends on what kind of question you have. The year ahead question, I mean, it's kind of obvious. You know what your year ahead's gonna be like. But if you have a really in-depth question, which most people would just ask surface level, when am I going to be in a relationship? Girl, get yourself together first. It's kind of like a short answer question can be answered with 3 cards. But if you need a little bit more in-depth, or say I was to pull these cards and then one of them didn't really make sense, I would pull a clarifier and clarify that, which is a Queen of Rings, which is, rings are pentacles, but pentacles represent earth. They're going to be your finances, your career, your home life, basically your home, all of that, your material possessions. So Queen of Rings is going to represent a person. This is a person that is fairly financially stable. They're at the point where they're like, okay, I've kind of reached what I want to have in my bank account. What can I do to invest? What can I do to continue building wealth for my family and for myself?
Bri,
now I want to go on vacations.
Talk every day, and we do not talk like that. But wow.
Should I vacation with this money, or should I invest it? Because I deserve a vacation, but also I want to continue to build my empire, whether it be through investments or through continuing to save. So this is a person that's trying to decide where they want to be and what they want to do with what they already got.
Get the hell out. I got to knock like, get the hell out of here. Damn.
But yeah.
Like, didn't we just have this discussion, dudes? Like, legit, we just was having this discussion. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so people can book these readings with you on your website, which is
www.lovesexandmagic.co. And yes, it's .co, C-O. Don't ask me if it's .com. I ain't by the .com, I bought the C-O. And that's that.
Okay, so how much approximately do they start tarot readings start?
My cheapest tarot reading is $5. It's one card. It's pretty much give or take $5 a card until you get over 10 cards. So I got a 1 card, a 3 card, a 6 card, a 10 card, and a 13 card.
So if somebody wanted the full year,
$65.
Okay, that's not
And
bad.
with that, you get, however, depending on how many cards, you get up to an hour of me reading the cards for you and telling you what they mean. And then I send you a follow-up, like with a summary of our overall discussion. And then I send you what each card means.
She's in depth with this thing, y'all.
Because I hate when people come back to me and ask me to repeat myself. So I'm going to just put it in writing.
Yes, Amira, me and my damn harem, I'm determined. Like, I've been saying this for 5 years. The year's finally here. 45 months. I got 5 months, y'all. To 40, I want my harems. And that's hoodoo magic for y'all. All right. Now explain hoodoo magic for those who don't understand that term.
Okay. So there's hoodoo, voodoo, and don't get me wrong, because I'm still learning and I don't technically practice either of those. One of those you have to be initiated for. I want to say, I know that whichever one is the Haitian one is the one that you have to be initiated for.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was created, I'm thinking it's voodoo that you have to be initiated to do. I don't do. And I think it's hoodoo. I saved the post the other day and I can't remember what it was because it explained each one of them so perfectly, and I was like, I wish I had the words. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay, so while she's looking for that, y'all, thank you guys for tuning in to me and Ladies from KY Radio. So today's topic was magically delicious, so we're about to get into the delicious part here in a minute. But we wanted to talk and explain a little bit more because we did a show before, and the topic was love, sex, and magic. And we kind of touched on so many different things, but we said we're going to come back and talk about some of the things that you mentioned. So we've talked about chakra, crystals, and your spiritual chakras. We've talked about other types of crystals. We've talked about natal charts. We've talked about tarot. We talked about sage and some other little different things. So we just kind of, at this time when we all have really nowhere to be here to do besides work at home, there's some work we could be doing on ourselves. So as Ms. Bri here explained, one of the things that a lot of people who are more connected spiritually say is that, as you said, our root chakra, people of melanin coloring, were blocked because we were stolen from a land that we technically don't even belong to because we weren't there. Like, it's a whole thing. So there's extra work that we have to do to get ourselves aligned, and we need to get back to some of our, rooting ourselves and clearing ourselves mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And these are some ways that you can start and do that safely.
I'll find that post.
Look, safely, and while it's still in quarantine.
I'm gonna find that post after I get home and I'm gonna be mad because I can't find it.
Where is my man? Who's your man?
The intern? Is that a mirror?
No, this is my PA, my personal assistant, talking about where is my man. I don't know who she talking about, y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
I need her to tell me where my man is.
Oh. LoveSexAndMagic.co. Go to the website. You can book your time with them. LoveSexMagic.co.
Yes, I'll be on it.
Yes. I don't know if she can tell you where your man at, but
It's tall, light skin, dark skin. Just,
I don't know.
you gonna have to get you a whole read and try to
I
get
need to make an appointment.
Yeah, I need you to make an appointment, ma'am.
Oh, I'm mad I can't find that post. It's fine.
Is that show me?
Yeah, it is. Say hi to Crystal, y'all. She done came on through.
I was trying to get some sanitizer because my boss takes good care of us and make sure that we are good at all times. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and during this corona season.
I'm still gonna spray y'all. I don't care.
She does it out of love.
There you go.
It's out of love.
So don't report me, people. Don't report me. I don't want to be reported for anything else. Okay. So it's after 9 o'clock, y'all. We got 45 minutes. Well, less than 45 minutes. We gonna go ahead and get to the good old grown folk talk. So if you have anyone under the age of 18 that is tuned in to me, that is listening, that may have access to them, I'm gonna need you to go ahead.
All right.
Put them to bed.
All right, wait till I start talking.
She gonna make the intern mad, y'all.
All right, no, that's fine.
Look, don't run my intern off.
Okay.
because you might need him.
I apologize.
You might need him.
Don't worry about it. I don't like talking. I'm just like,
Look, I haven't had to make him do the grunt work yet. You can't make him quit yet. Don't make him quit yet. I gotta get some work out of him first. All right. So y'all, magically delicious. Everybody can take that how they take that, but I meant it in the nastiest way possible, yo. I ain't even gonna front abso-freaking-lutely. So we usually do a segment here on Meeting in the Ladies Room, KY Radio, called Bedroom Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Bri have talked about this. We've been waiting for this moment, y'all. So magically delicious.
Wait, can I say the F word?
No, you cannot say the F word.
Okay.
We are still live on the radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you can't say the F word.
It's my favorite word.
Hunchy.
Okay.
We can say hunchy.
Okay.
Okay. Any other words we need to agree on?
I'm gonna be screwing or hunchy.
Yes.
Can I say screw? Okay.
Yes, you can say that because it's technically not a cuss word.
Cool. Got it.
All right.
Shoot.
All right. So, in the aspect of everything that you were talking about, all of this, like we mentioned, that there's crystals for like fertility and things of that nature, which lines up with what we're going to talk about. I personally don't want that problem, but in the world of magic and spiritually being connected to the earth and some older rituals and religions, if you want to call them that, depending on how you look at things. What is some things that you would like the people to know about the bedroom part of it all?
Okay. I do want people to know that casual sex is okay. If you do it right. I have a lot of people that are like, you're exchanging energy with too many people, and I'm like, fam, it's 2020. I'm trying to smash. Like, but you do also have to take into consideration that having sex with someone, I mean, you're exchanging body fluids pretty much, even if you are using protection, because ain't nobody using no dental dams out here, not that I know of.
Hey, if you need some, I can get them for you though. I'm just saying.
You can get them for free.
Yeah, I got the connects on anything you need in that realm. Condoms, lubes, I got the connects. If y'all need some, hit my inbox. I'm just saying, safe, consensual. That's all I ask for.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
And well, I can't. See, hold on now. See, that be like somebody be like, yo, I thought it was about to go down. I was going to get my back broke all the way out, and it was garbage. It's your fault. No, ma'am. No.
This is why you establish boundaries beforehand.
This is why I have to tell people. I give my disclaimers. I will help you achieve certain things, but I am not responsible for whatever happens after the fact. Nope. You will not have tagging me in posts. Talking about she gave me damn accounts and who told me what to do with it, and it still was garbage. No.
Someone has intuition and skill, so they can't blame you.
Yo, you be surprised.
Well,
some of the folk out here with horrible garbage sex game. You'd be shocked at the things I hear. I'm just saying. Mary said, bring a whole bowl of Lucky Charms. I'm not repeating that. You can read it for yourself.
I gotta go back in.
Bri, a miracle one, y'all.
Already said we needed a love spell for each other, so I
have
know what's
nothing.
next.
I have nothing to do with this part. Disclaimer: Meeting in the Ladies Room, KY Radio is not responsible for any new babies, stalkers, marriages, divorces, anything of the such. We just saying we are not responsible.
All right. She said she told the intern to go to bed. Past your bedtime. I'm gonna leave you alone, I promise.
I'm in the quiet, I'm chilling.
He just trying to work and y'all picking with him. Let him alone, y'all. We'll talk about him next
Turn
week.
him loose, let him alone.
Let him alone, y'all. Let him alone.
Sex is not only a physical exchange, but it is a energetic, spiritual exchange. When you share your body with somebody, especially as a woman, if you think about it in the aspects of the divine feminine and divine masculine, The divine feminine is there to receive, while the divine masculine is there to give, and that's with the energy, and that's with actual body parts. So when you look at it that way, as a woman, you are taking in every man that you've been with, basically. And if you're not properly cleansing yourself physically, because wash your butt, but also, listen, working where I work now, you have to tell people that. And it's fine. I work in the medical field. So, you have to take that into consideration when you are getting a new partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have to think about, like I said, it's an energy exchange. So even though they are masculine, they are still part divine feminine, part divine masculine. So they're going to take in the energy of the other people that they've been with. So that is why it's very important to know how to cleanse yourself spiritually, because you are taking in those energies from other people, and then you're also giving them out. So
how is a way to do that particular cleanse? We know about the physical cleanse.
Can I say the P word?
The stores use Johnny. The stores have plenty of soap, people. There's plenty out there. There might not be any hand sanitizer or actual Lysol spray or alcohol, but they have plenty of soap to cleanse your body. I'm just saying. So okay.
So you can sage. There are people that do yoni steams. There are people that do yoni pearls.
Nope.
There are people that do yoni eggs. And I always have people to ask me, do you sell yoni eggs? Do you do this? And I'm like, nah, because I can't endorse you putting nothing inside of you and leaving it in there. Because
if y'all want a recommendation for people to help you with your yoni, I have people that can help you with the yoni thing. But I'm not endorsing.
Steam is that bad?
I personally do the yoni steams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing, after the research and listening and talking to the person.
I would not do the pearls.
The pearls and that egg thing, I'm like, I don't know about this.
The egg is a matter of, for me, because I know about crystals and I know that there's a scale of hardness and that I don't want to put anything porous inside of me, I would know what to look for, but I wouldn't think that a normal lay person would know, probably shouldn't put selenite in there, but I've seen selenite yoni eggs for sale. So if you're gonna buy yoni eggs, you want to stick to very, very hard, non-porous stones, jade.
Or finding someone who knows about stones and then going to somebody that might know about the yoni practitioner.
But I'm never gonna recommend you
do that.
Get one.
Yeah, I definitely know.
It's not really necessary. You can do Kegels and achieve the same effect. So, which is only gonna strengthen your pelvic
bend wall
floor.
balls.
Yeah.
Just saying it. And for those who are like not up to date on what a bend wall ball is, Google it.
Google is your friend, because I will only answer so many questions in my DMs before I tell you to Google it or to go to my website and book some time with me.
She said what she said.
It's reasonable. It's reasonable. So I don't really recommend putting anything inside of your body.
So wait a minute, were you saying sage the cooch?
But the P word. I'm putting that on a shirt. Let me write that. Let me put that in my text thread to myself.
Yo, wait a minute. You gonna have to explain that one, because I know all about the steaming, or as somebody calls it, coochie seasoning.
Marination.
Potpourri. I have been told several names that men call this once they figured out what it was that women was talking about. But you said sage. How does that work?
Essentially, it will work like a yoni steam.
So you
can buy loose sage, or you can light your sage and put it in an abalone shell bowl or a fireproof bowl, because ain't nobody trying to pay for no abalone shell bowl. I don't even sell them on my website because I think it's stupid. This is for the look and the aesthetic. It's not necessarily for any particular purpose.
Okay.
The same way you do a yoni thing, light it, sit it in a bowl on the floor, and do your little squat, little stand over. Because you can sage your body, your whole self, and you start from the bottom and go up of your whole body. I don't do it because I don't catch my hair on fire.
I was gonna say, y'all, she said y'all can sage your cooch. Get them all them energies and spirits out the cooch.
And I always tell people, here's your intention setting discussion. When you are saging, when you are cleansing and charging your crystals, when you are doing all of these spiritual things, if you are not also setting an intention with it, it's not that it's not going to work, but it's not going to have as strong an effect as you would like it to. So you want to, okay, I know black tourmaline is for grounding and protection from negative energy. So I'm taking this piece to work, I'm going to keep it in my desk. So I'm going to set the intention for that to keep negative energy away from me while I'm at work. I don't like Cindy can't come over here. And that's what I want that stone to do. So I'm going to set that intention for it to do that for me so that it knows exactly what to do instead of just doing the whole general thing.
Okay, so I'm going to back you up because some folks might have got lost in translation. Okay. You stated charging is a part of setting intentions. Explain what charging your crystal is.
So when you can cleanse your crystals and you can charge your crystals. You can cleanse them in moonlight, strongest with the full moon or new moon. And then depending on what you jig with, the new moon is for, the new moon is for charging because the new moon is about bringing in new things and beginning new things. And then the full moon is for cleansing, to remove things. So you would cleanse your stones. You can cleanse them in moonlight. You can cleanse some of them in sunlight. You can physically cleanse them with like sea salt and water. You can technically put them in a house plant or bury them in your yard or just sit them outside in nature to kind of let that, whatever they've absorbed, be kind of taken away from it. And then you charge them, which is when you would set the intentions for them. So you can charge them in the new moon. You can charge them with selenite. I have like a big selenite plate that's like this thick, probably about that big. And like when I take this off, I sit it on there. When I take my black tourmaline out of my bra, I sit it on there. So it helps to kind of clear out the energy that's in there and kind of redirect it to do what you want it to. Okay. So if I know a thing is going to ground me, then I know that when I sleep, I have crazy ass dreams. Oh, can I say ass?
We'll lay down.
Okay, but when I sleep, I have really, really wild dreams, which means that I'm ungrounded. So in order for me to try to want to stay grounded while I'm sleeping, I might sleep with black tourmaline near my bed, or I might not burn mugwort before I go to sleep. You know.
Yeah, we talked about this mugwort before. We're gonna talk about that again on another show. Okay, so with that being said, for those that are needing help in the bedroom department, let's talk about, we're not talking about crazy relationships that people are trying to get you to create love spells to keep them together, but these are people who are in decent relationships, normal, everyday type stuff, but they want to put the spark back in the relationship or the spark back in the bedroom. What would they come to you and what would you recommend?
Masturbation. Can I say that?
Yeah, you
okay. Because if you really think about it, if you can't connect with yourself enough to orgasm, how can you expect someone else to make you do that?
But what if it's not about that part of it? What if it's just, you got people out here that have been together since like high school kids, regular routine, like there's no excitement, like. But I mean,
that's your fault.
I've been married a few times now. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I think as you get older and being in a long-term relationship, there's like this normalcy and this routine. So a lot of times you forget to make time for each other in like that way.
Tantra. I am not as deep into that as I probably should be, just because I'm already having fun. But Tantra is going to improve the connection you have with your partner to the points that y'all can.
I know what Tantra is.
Okay.
They don't know what Tantra is.
So there's like Kama Sutra and Tantra. It basically, I mean, it's sex. It's like
Intentional sex.
Intentional sex, which that'll lead us into sex magic. Woo. So it's kind of intentional sex that is going to build the bond between you and your partner. And basically it's used to kind of achieve orgasm and achieve like sex magic.
Okay, so now let's talk about sex magic. Magically delicious.
So sex magic,
We're gonna
I
get a
always
whole
say,
t-shirt, you know that, right? I'm
I'm
literally gonna make that. I'll make that t-shirt tomorrow.
So my next statement is going to be on a t-shirt too. I need
Okay.
to put these on my website. So sex magic is an amplification for manifestation. You are going to use this to kind of make your manifestations happen. You can do it solo or you can do it with a partner. And then if you and your partner both know that you're doing it and you're doing that intentionally with the same goal in mind, ain't nothing y'all can't achieve. Like, you can masturbate and do it. You can do it. You can technically do it without your partner knowing. And then it's basically harnessing your orgasm to manifest your goals. Why not? The way that I do it is I normally write down my goal somewhere where I can see it, so that when I'm about to climax, I can see it. And I know that's what I need to be thinking about while I'm climaxing. So I might be like, I would like for my business to continue to scale at this rate. Or, you know, last week I only got 10 sales. This week I want 40 sales. I will have that in the back of my mind while I'm doing the do. And then when I climax, that's what I'm thinking about. Because when you reach orgasm, that is a big burst of energy spiritually. Why not direct it to do what you want it to do?
Oh.
So you have to set intentions
For
the sex magic.
Huh. I feel like we need to have like a whole seminar or start a group
I
thing
want to
on
do
this.
that, and I was planning to do that, but Rona.
This helper has affected everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, see, me and Bri gonna have this conversation. We might have to make this a regular thing on meeting in the ladies' room, because I feel like we be getting some good information, but I need you guys to go visit her website. It is lovesexmagic.co. Not com, not net, not org, co. lovesexmagic.co. To talk to her, to get more information. You can follow her on Facebook at Bri Renee.
Mm-hmm.
And on Instagram is Love Sex Magic Co.
Mm-hmm. Lovesexmagic.co.
.co. And her commas. She is serious about
Ain't no
her
commas on Instagram, but you need the commas on Facebook.
The commas is a thing, y'all. So, sex magic. That is interesting. Okay, so let me throw a scenario.
Yes. Go.
Let's talk about our baby boomers, the older generation.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're not really into all of this unless they happen to be from the South or like New Orleans, so then they're kind of aware of this. And let's just say somebody refers them to you because they heard about you. And they're like, you know, they're at this stage of life, kids is gone, we've lived our life, we want to experience some new things, try some new things. Well, besides masturbation, because that seems to be a thing.
Can simultaneous no. I would recommend, I know a lot of older people were like raised in Christianity, and in Christianity you're kind of made to shame your body. I would recommend them to be naked together more often. Saggy, let it hang out, because it's kind of like how, like with my son, I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable with his body, but also I don't want him to be naked in front of me. So I might be like, go in your room with that. Or if you're gonna do that, do it in the privacy of your own room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a reintroduction to learning to accept not only your body, but your partner's body.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, most of the older people that I know older people, like grandparents and stuff, that were sleeping in separate beds.
Yes, there was a time for a period that's how they were taught. That's how you lived.
They would have sex in clothes, in the nightgown, and him in his silk pajama button downs and stuff like that. A lot of that is like a need to kind of reconnect with your body.
Mhm.
And then you have to reconnect with your partner's body too, because you know what y'all was doing in 1968 might not be hitting right now. Well, maybe in the 70s, but you know, it's.
I was gonna say in the 70s it was a little free lovish.
Yeah.
So
But
I feel like I'm an 80 baby, but I feel like I was supposed to be a 70 baby.
Right.
Maybe a 60 baby, so I could have lived through the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't quite work out that way, but that's okay. Okay, so
We would start there and then go into.
are there crystals? Like, since we were talking about the crystals that they can purchase from you, is there specific crystals that people can get to wear, to have, to, like you said, put in places, charge plans, all of that kind of help with the bedroom stuff?
Yes. You definitely do. Because it really, is this bedroom stuff with like your life partner, or bedroom stuff with people that belong to the streets? I'm quoting Future right now. It's fine. Does she belong to the streets, or does she belong to your sheets? We should put that on the shirt.
I feel like we need to make a whole shirt line at this point. We're gonna have a conversation with this tomorrow, like real stuff. Okay. Well, since we were talking about life partners, let's stick with the life partner.
So, if it was my life partner, I would definitely recommend rose quartz.
Oh, rose quartz the one you get you pregnant too, though, right?
If that's what you set the intention for.
Well, see, they are older, so now, because late in life babies happen. And see, that's what I'm worried about now, late in life babies. So I don't know if I can I don't know.
Just have your man get a snip snip.
Yo, wait a minute, some of them won't do that. What was that one movie where the father of the bride?
Oh.
Prime example. The daughter gets married and they late life babies. He apparently knew what I was talking about. Because he did this. You knew what I was talking about, didn't you? I'm with Steve Martin.
He said a
Think
little bit.
about
He
it.
that movie.
But think about it.
We talked about
That is a prime example. Late in life, stuff is happening. They trying to spice it up, do something different,
He
and
should have
boom.
snip snip.
The wife and the
deal
daughter
breaker for
pregnant
me.
together.
That's a deal breaker for me. You're gonna have to get
Snip it and snap.
Why I gotta suffer through the side effects of birth control because you want shoot at the club up. That's
But
not
no,
fair.
let's give examples. Because let's say some women get their tubes tied. But then later in life, stuff gets doing things on the inside and you oopsie babies. It happens. I know people that it didn't happen to in real life.
Are these women not tracking their periods? with
Well,
the
because
moon?
at that age, but at that age, you think menopause. And a lot of doctors off the top will go, oh yeah, you just might be premenopausal. So you don't think about that. But you think
I'm
we're
thinking
having
about it 'cause
we're
I don't
having the
wanna do
best
that.
sex of our lives. All the kids is gone. We hitting the
Y'all walking
peak.
around the house naked now together.
Right. So you not thinking
Reacquainting
about the
yourselves
oops
with your
babies.
bodies.
You don't think an oops baby can
You
happen.
get an oops abortion, and that's the end of the day. I am pro-choice.
It's a safe consensual out of age.
Mhm.
It is what it is. But I'm just saying, there's older folk that has happened to them in their 50s and 60s. I know somebody 70 that got grown kids and had an oops baby
Why didn't they
with
get
a
snip
random.
snip? You get a snip snip. They only gotta get that stuff checked every 5 years.
But they say your tubes are supposed to last forever. That don't mean that it does.
Why do I have to get my tubes tied? Why can't you get a snip snip? You an outpatient procedure. Bye.
Tubes are
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not doing that.
But I'm just saying, there's some women who already made their choice, and then later in life, let's
If
just
I
say,
gotta get my tubes tied, burnt, and cut, and scattered, and smothered, and covered, you can get a snip snip. We gonna recover together.
but what if she did it when y'all were like 20 and 30, and now you're 60?
Why ain't you
And y'all-
getting it checked?
I don't think this.
I got insurance. You gonna do what I tell you to do.
Okay, y'all, I ain't gonna win this argument. Apparently, I'm gonna let.
I'm
I'm just saying, there's
if
people
you
in their
know-
50s, 60s, and
Even if
70s
you're
that
in
have
your
oops
50s,
babies.
60s, and 70s, you should know when you're ovulating.
But at that time, most women are starting to go premenopausal. I mean, it's the
If
truth.
you still ovulating, then you should not be doing it during that 4 or 5 days. Problem solved.
What if you like feeling extra?
Then you fill an extra condom.
Y'all.
There is no excuse. She over here making excuses for y'all because her Libra wants y'all to feel good about it.
I want everybody to be happy and have good sex lives. Ain't no reason not
Good
to.
sex life if you keep
But
trying
I don't want anybody having oops babies late in life. I feel like once your kids is grown and that's not your intention, ain't no oops babies.
Wrap it up.
But I shouldn't have to wrap it up with my life partner.
Then pull out.
Not to pull out. You know what? I quit, y'all.
Listen,
I give up.
The rhythm method over here, we keeping track of.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Speaking of which, I was told by a few men, they said there is no such thing as a rhythm count, stroke count, none of that.
That, no. But you can track your ovulation and just not do anything during that time and not be pregnant.
No. I want to be able to do it whenever I want to do it.
You can catch all the
You think I ain't say that? She's on the where she's going. No, not say that.
I can't think of a replacement
You
word.
cannot appropriately say what you was about to say now.
Catch a financed one, and that's that on that.
I'm just saying some older folk are not thinking
Well,
about all of that. They just enjoying each other. And they come to you and say, you know what, we try to live life. We want to make things spicy. And, you know, get a couple crystals, get some rings.
There. They can get some rose quartz.
And condoms,
maybe
apparently.
some amethyst. I'll even give them some free condoms because I can call and get them for you. And then it's more about being, because when you are connected to your partner, and that's somebody you actually like and somebody you actually enjoy being around that you care about, then the sex is that much more better just from that. Because, you know, you might be out here with your one night stand and
okay, so now let's talk about the other end of this.
Okay.
You talking about the ones in the streets that don't belong in the sheets. Okay. That person coming to you and says, I'm out here trying to live my best life. I'm casual, random, whatever. I'm not trying to be tied down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing safe sex. I'm, you know, getting my regular checkups, testing, all of that. But I feel like I'm not getting the best orgasm I can achieve. What can I do? Because most people, we have found out, don't even know what a real orgasm is. Apparently.
I'm gonna need y'all to go talk to Nene at night about that.
Which is where you've had a show, so go find that show to talk about this.
I think, besides what I already said about doing it yourself, it's gonna be harder to do because you don't have that connection with that person. You got chose at the club and now you're at home. For I don't have high expectations after this. Anyway, you got chose, y'all at his house, the mattress on box spring on the floor, like it's already downhill. I would not have high expectations. I do recommend women being a little bit more aggressive. Most women are just like, oh, I'm gonna lay here and see what happens.
And being a pillow princess.
Yeah.
I need y'all to stop doing that. I don't know who taught y'all that, but please stop, ladies.
But it's more about kind of taking charge to make sure that you get what you need to, because most men have not necessarily figured out how to please a woman properly, or they think that what they see on the interwebs, on Al Gore's precious sweet Beyonce's internet, they think that that's what they're supposed to do, and don't don't do it. It's not. It's more of a learning how to intuit your partner's body and intuit how they react to certain things, and that's why it's kind of hard to do the casual thing, because it's going to take me a couple times to learn everything that you like. Whereas we're just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm going to take charge because I want to get what I want to get. And at that time, I don't really care if you get anything out of it. But that's just me.
Okay.
Because that's the way the men are. When the men do that, they jackrabbit and go. And I'm not going to get nothing from that. So.
Oh my gosh. All right. So y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We have been talking Magically Delicious. So we have talked all over the scales here about Love, Sex, and Magic, basically, honestly. So if you have further questions, you want to get more in depth, you want to do a reading, you want to get you some crystals, you want some jewelry, you want your birth chart done, anything of that nature, I need you guys to follow Miss Bri Renee on Facebook. And then also her page is lovesexmagic.co. That's the website, that's the Instagram, and the Facebook, y'all.
Lovesexandmagic.co.
I need y'all to go and get that information, y'all. I feel like we can't tell y'all too much more about this because
I can talk for days.
she can, and I feel like I'm not gonna win this argument about the old folk and the crystals and and snipping and
Old folk gotta go to therapy before they can get into tantra. They gotta let all of that indoctrination from slavery and Christianity go before they can truly get in touch with their bodies and feel comfortable and have that kind of connection with someone.
So we're gonna have to have a show just talking about tantra and stuff.
I was just gonna say just talking about old folks.
No, not about just old folks. Because honestly, there's people I would say probably my age and right between my 40 and 50 that are not what you call indoctrinated, but that struggle.
And then it's
Sexually
not
and
even
stuff.
anything against Christianity. It's just some of the things that you learn. Like my family's Catholic, so we're like Christianity plus 5. So certain things that you learn as a child or growing up, and that you learn through the church, like masturbation is shameful, or you'll put your eye out, stuff like that. It kind of sticks with you. You never heard that? If you do that, you put your eye out. I'm
gonna go home and say that to my kid. If you keep pulling on that thing, you're gonna put your eye out. I swear I'm going home and say that.
It's little things like that that will kind of stick with you throughout your entire life and kind of prevent you from getting to the next step. So it's all about mindset, and then it's all about because you can still believe in Christianity but practice spirituality. You can believe in Christianity or Catholicism and practice tantra because it's a practice, not a religion. So all of that kind of, some of the stuff you learn has...
We're going to have a whole other show talking about spirituality versus religion because it is a thing. And I think that everybody, especially with the Rona, are having to reevaluate and they're having to take a step back and focus their energies on themselves and taking a really hard look at priorities.
And that's the difference between religion and spirituality. Religion is about the group, and spirituality is more about the individual and building your own relationship with God.
Okay,
or with whatever you believe in.
All right,
so
I'm gonna stop right here. We gonna pick a date today. I'm
also,
gonna put out
I
this
gotta pay to attend, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Your tithes.
Okay, we're going to come back and talk about this. So, once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio here on Power 106.3 FM KY Radio in Old Louisville. You can follow us 24/7 at www.kyheartmedia.com on all streaming platforms at Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio on Power 106 FM KY Radio, and also on social media at Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in. I need you guys to do me a favor for this live. I need you guys to share it. I need you to tag. I need you to support. I need you guys to do all those things. But I need you to go in the description, click the YouTube link, and subscribe. I need you guys to go subscribe. This live will be on our YouTube channel, so you can find it. It's also on our Facebook page. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Coming at the top of the hour is Slow Jams Louisville with DJ Mr. Yeah. I will be back this Friday. So if you didn't hear last week, on Fridays, the Listening Room Party Series is actually happening. The first official show, we have Mr. Nova, the hot producer of City Girls Twerk, will be in the studio. He is going to be talking about his body of work. He's going to do some performing. He is going to talk about some new music and things. So I need you guys to come back Friday to hang out with me at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about music and art and all that good stuff. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna get a little nasty too. I know Nova here. It's gonna get a little nasty. Shout outs to Nova.
Wait, when is it?
AKA, this is Friday at 7 p.m. here on Power 106. So I need you guys to definitely be back for that. And then on Sundays, for my family-friendly time, I am the co-host of These Corner Radio, 7 p.m. here on Power 106. We are covering the Harry Potter series, which Miss Bri is going to be coming back for y'all. Because she is a Harry Potter fan like me.
I will be on my desk.
And Mr. Animated, we gotta be, we keep it clean on Sunday, y'all, on D's Corner. So if y'all have not checked that show out, you can follow it at D's Reading Corner. That is DES Reading Corner on Facebook, Instagram. I think they got a Twitter too, y'all. I'm the co-host. I don't run the social media, y'all. But definitely go follow that. Tune in Sundays. We're giving away two $50 gift cards, and we give a gift card away every week. There's a way to enter, so I need you guys to get involved with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, this is your boo, Miss Naughty. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see you guys on Friday. Coming up next, Slow Jams Louisville. And then we'll be playing. All right, that was good, girl.
I had fun.
I know I done good.
So you just finally came to a show in 30 minutes.